Alright, so today is November the 21st, 2022. You can see the date and time, you can see it. And I am going to go to the website. Two guys that were law students. I remember them eventually when they headed to university to become law students. And they graduated, and their goal was actually to have this website here, audit, and they're very successful. They get like 500 something million views. Alright, in this specific video, yeah, a lot of people was involved in this stuff, a lot of people. A lot of people. In this video, it says here, it says here, a good cop stands up for men's rights. This is an audio.
Get out the vehicle. It's gonna start raining, which is the crazy part. So I'm actually going to get soaking wet.
All right, so about this people, maybe too, a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna come back. I don't know.
Say what?
This place here, this stuff here, I am probably gonna have to return to this thing here. I knew the owners of this company here. The company, let me see this. What's the name of this thing here? Now, I shouldn't be even doing this stuff because it's just too much. You understand that this is all related to MK Ultra. I used to be in the United States between 95 until August of 2006. That's 11 and a half consecutive years. I have not exited the United States of America on exception of 3 occasions, the maximum 3 occasions down to South America, to Ecuador, where my ex-wife is from. So between 95 to 2006, you shouldn't see me absolutely anywhere. And then the same thing repeated between 2008, and that was March 2008. And it carried me through, well, I returned back to Slovenia from 2008 until almost 2010. I was in the US for another year and a half. And then I spent some time in Scandinavia. Wandered through the Europe trying to get myself a political asylum, but that didn't matter. I mean, it's not only this owners here, this company here. I think it was another company. Yeah. This is completely separate story for this stuff. Yeah. This is not going to be about this stuff. You know, this time the video is going to be about this lady here that I did not even recognize. You know. Sure, I recognize the guy you see right there, both of these guys. But this video, I'm probably gonna have to come back. This is a little industrial park for which the first impression I got, because of the black guy who was involved in this MK Ultra case, it's actually a very nice guy that was running with me around. And I got an impression somehow that this was somewhere in Tallahassee or something. I didn't even bother with it. I've seen this like a month ago, this video, something like this. But today I came back because I decided for this girl that I'm going to do the video for her. She flirted with me, really. A police officer, sheriff, whatever. And I realized that this is actually Odell Oil Company in Belton, South Carolina. So there are 2 locations, I think. Actually, what I have seen on a map, there are 2 locations. One is the old location, And then there is a location they have acquired. Joe Biden is really pissed off right now for me just being so sort of not going in the tails, getting myself in the tails, okay? But I'm gonna make it up this to you in this video about this girl here.
Think about it.
Who was involved in MK Ultra. Eventually didn't start with her, with this beauty here. According to Joe Biden, she is even Irish. She's of some Irish descent. She's got a strong Irish background. So it was with this black guy that I would be running around with him, and I have no idea what he wanted, man. He had his idea that he's gonna get through this fence and record something in some kind of pollution or whatever he was doing over there. I have no idea what it was. He had me under MK Ultra, and it appeared to me that he was using me like a shield to bridge, I don't know, challenges people. I had no idea what the hell went on. This shit was hectic. The only thing that was not hectic to me, really, because I didn't even care about anything at all anyways. All these people, just as you see, were involved in MK Ultra. Was this girl. That was the only thing that makes sense to me. Anyhow, I was only interested in girls. That's all I was interested. But I had no idea who
Did
this
they call
girl
you out here?
was.
They did, along this public easement here. And I was taking pictures this way, that way.
And so this guy was trying to set me up with some other females, but it didn't work. And so realized that somehow that I like her, and so he all through, nobody wanted to know about it. He somehow brought me back and forth to her.
And back here, and they freaked out.
And that's a girl right there.
They completely freaked out about it, and they was like, well,
okay, so the story with the girl is like this. This is really funny stuff. This guy was involved in it. I'm gonna come back to you guys, but let me just do this video on this girl. The story didn't start with this girl, really. With the girl, the story with the girl did not start with the girl. Alright, it started actually with her mother. I was into her mother, actually, I know. But her mom was really good looking, and her dad kind of wanted to kick my ass already. Because these people were involved in MK Ultra since long time ago. How long ago, man? You know, when I saw this video here about this video here, I was totally confused about it.
freaked out.
Totally confused. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, what the hell went on? Because I recognized her from the video, from the factory, all that setup right there. But I didn't know what. You know, I know that she was involved in MK Ultra. I knew that. I remember the black guy too, and just I didn't know what the hell went on with this stuff. So it was just some kind of cutie. I remember I was in her room. You see the smartwatch. She's having a smartwatch right there. And I was in the room. Hopefully this is the smartwatch. You still have that smartwatch, the same watch. When she was actually making an order with that smartwatch. In her room. Yeah, I know what her room looks like. Basically, smartwatch. Okay. Another detail, right? Now the black guy is a friend of all these people here. They like him. This guy is well known. This is some kind of a city over there in Carolina, and the name of the city is Bolton or something like that. Belton, not Bolton, but Belton. Belton, South Carolina, and Odell Oil Company, South Carolina. One time the company already went sort of belly up, but it was the British, the Rule Britannia, that came to the rescue and have, how do you say, resuscitated or whatever. There, oh, this is another man involved in MK Ultra. Don't you just love this here? We're gonna come to that one maybe some other time, but apparently there was some shooting that went on today. But here, let's go to this location here, Odell Oil Company in Belton. It's Belton in South Carolina. And there are two locations. One is old. Yeah. Since probably, I estimate, there must have been some other company here. And so I am suspicious there was another company here. There was some kind of I don't know. I shouldn't make statements right now because this is an industrial area where I was brought. It would be wiser for me to just at least slide through this area and give it a night to sleep over and then come back and give you a detailed report on this. Yeah. So yeah, this thing really doesn't matter. Okay. We got the location on a map. And so the only thing I remembered was her room. I remember how the black guy was taking me to the city with him. He drove me to the city, back and forth through the city, meeting some folk, making some people pissed off, whatever we were doing over there. I don't know even what the hell we were doing. He was taking me from Belton to Anderson, yeah, to this place here. And I don't know if anything good went on. We went some past restaurants back and forth with this guy. And the only thing that came to my mind is that he was actually from somewhere, you know, like a residential area that was a new place. I remember her mom and dad, both of them, which appeared to me dad was blonde, a blonde dad. I didn't know really. I remembered her room. Yeah, I didn't. It appeared to me they lived like on a suburb of the city. I didn't know really whom exactly I was dealing with. I'm just giving you a complete. This video here, I have found one once I have visited here, because it's actually right here. It says original video. That's posted under this Lego channel here, audit and audit. So that's all it became to me, you know. This, you see this beautiful woman here, young girl, a police officer. You see, this is just a young woman. I didn't even understand what she was interested in me. Why would she be interested in me? I didn't get any of that under MK Ultra. I was completely taken over by her. At the time of this supposedly this incident here, bear in mind many of these videos are made for educational purposes and might not really depict real incidents. Yeah, these are videos, some of them, that are used for educational purposes in the police academies for the newcomers, rookies, and probably even for the police employees, whatever. to go over. Probably if you do something, whatever, bad, whatever they might send you an additional training or something. They might arrange that for you. You might have to attend some improvement class or something. I have no idea how they have that, but that's what I imagine these things are used for. Some of which are real cases too, right? Not saying they're not real cases, they are. But this stuff here that you see here, it actually was really embarrassing to me because this goes way back, man. It goes back to at least 2017 when I had a lot of extra pounds. I had, I don't know, probably 220 plus pounds. I was not exactly, I would want to go and, with 230 pounds, I wouldn't want to go and flash around women like this that actually were expressing interest in me. I thought about myself as I was an obnoxious creature, really. I didn't feel good about myself in the mirror, to be honest. So I didn't know who the hell, why this. I kind of figure out this girl is just maybe after the money or something like this. Joe Biden talked about something about Irish or something, and I was thinking about, man, not that I would go to the IRA issues or something like this, but I was thinking about what is this? Why would the women like this be interested in me and so on and so forth? I didn't get this until now. And it was just by coincidence, actually, that I did zoom myself out of this Belton like this. Wow. And the next city here, actually what I was thinking about is local police here in Novo Mesto, right? Investigators, psychiatrists, local psychiatrists, cops. And I started to think about it once I did go over this area here to see this a little bit from like a bigger perspective, and it flashed down here the city by the name Valhalla in Norse language. That's like a heaven translated. And when I saw that, and it was immediately that popped up to me here, a house. Immediately, I mean, it was a house with a private pier, with I don't know which one of this here. It doesn't matter really. And it was just basically screaming from the lunacy. Screaming. I could hear the police officers, local police officers, investigators. I just refer to that as a garbage that was involved in this, because wherever they went, for whoever they found out, it was only mass crime, confusion, lies that followed up on me together with this psychiatrist. Wherever they made it, it was only problems they went with them. The girl is white, and to Milan Kucan, to Borut Pahor, President Borut Pahor, who departed now here, palace in Slovenia. Anything white and anything Anglo-Saxon, Vladimir Putin is very sensitive to Anglo-Saxon. Anything German, anything like this was just completely intrusive, disturbing, bothering, problematic, attack, assault on the homeland, all kinds of crap, stupid shit beyond anything you possibly can imagine. Hateful shit from the people who never have gone beyond the borders of Slovenia in search for, I'm not going to say for better life, but the truth is, for better life is what our people have departed this country since ages here. To United States, to Canada, to Germany, to find themselves work, employment, build themselves families, and so on. So I find that kind of attitude disgusting. That's the first thing I'm going to stop. So, but it was a good start because it angered me. All right, it angered me when I saw that Valhalla, and I recall this psychiatrist shit that they just were instigating on a Nazism. Everything white was Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. And so I said, man, you know, now we're going to resolve this issue. And I zoomed myself out of this Bolton, and I zoomed myself out of this Anderson. You know, like, let me do it now. You see Anderson is right here, and Bolton is right here. This is a police station, actually the area where she is employed at. And I decided I'm gonna zoom myself in and take and peek and have a peek a little closer to this. And the second thing that appeared to me was Anderson University. Oh boy. Now I knew immediately where she was at this school. Then the only thing I did was I started to think about this girl. Like, there was, I'm going to tell you, some minorities, Americans, they have involved in it too, that rushed to help to Milan Kucan, to Borut Pahor, to these people here. And their theories arranged for this girl. They couldn't stand. They just, it was so hateful environment, man. They just couldn't stand that, the idea that there would be a white female that would express interest in me. It was just something impossible for these black minorities in the U.S. to even possibly imagine anything like this. It was just like against the law. I'm going to put it this way. And I know the girl doesn't appreciate my talk right now because it's a multicultural society in the U.S. And because I am coming from not multicultural society here in Slovenia, and because I consider myself as an ethnic Slovenian, just like Joe Biden considers himself as an ethnic Irish, or just as you have people in Germany considering themselves as ethnic Germans, or French in France as ethnic French, or Italians in Italy as ethnic Italians, or Israelis as Israelis or Jews or whatever. I preserve the right to my ethnicity based especially on discrimination I was subject to from American minorities. I'm going to be straight on a subject. I did not appreciate your discrimination, racism, and I'm going to have a big complaint about it. I am not going down with you like this. You're not going to do it with me like this. You can do this with my fellow Americans that allow you to do so, but you're not going to do it like this with me. This locations ranged all the way here, close to Canada, that she is from, and I don't know what kind of stupid shit that went on. The one who cooked this stuff, that's a Milan Kucan. That's the one to thank for too. That's the one to thank for. Now, I found it hardly believable that it would be people that would actually bite this kind of... Why? Because I dated black women, I dated Hispanic women, I dated Chinese, I dated all kinds of women of all kinds of backgrounds. But when you start to put a boot on me and tell me that it's going to be like this and this, or it's going to be this, just as I was told in Miami, or it's going to be this, or you're not going to have a family like this. You're going to have no children, you're not going to have a family. Get yourself a dog, it's going to be a dog life, and this and that. After I spent 11.5 years of work there, dedicated one to become a law enforcement officer myself, without going anywhere wrong with the law or anything like this. My life was wasted on really difficult circumstances, which a lot had to do even with the job search, because of really what I stated earlier. This is just something that it made me determined it's not going to go to waste. For the people who push that far, I'm going to push further and come to the bottom to this case. This here, this college here in Anderson, the two locations, extremely disappointed that you guys would allow, that you guys would give a people like Vladimir Putin support, knowing about what went on in the country I came from in '95, from Slovenia, country right next to Slovenia, Croatia and Bosnia, about the stuff that went on, that you just blatantly disregarded and gave like support for crime, for genocide, for ethnic cleansing against us here in the Balkans. This is just something, it made me even more determined to stick to my origins. Maybe not even to my origins, but to stick to my, maybe sanity. Maybe I don't want to be deprived, since I was deprived from everything because of people like you, of even more. This is a very sad story. For the human rights. This is a very, very sad story for American civil rights, because you pushed it through the limits in direction that you claimed discrimination, injustice was taking place against you. Yet you used even civil rights to cover up the crime against me. And that's for somebody that is doing the kill today all over Ukraine. So it's basically like this. The Anderson, they were like, she was like in two universities. There are like two universities. Like she started in one and then she moved to the other one. The thing is that the next thing that came to my mind was how she was just waiting for me to come to her. Like at the end of the weekends, they would deliver me. And that's when she would hop in the car, get me inside of the car. And I wouldn't forget this spring, summer, breezing in the car with the open windows, and we would be heading toward her home. I had no idea what this girl did to me. She would just throw me inside of the car and just whir, and we would be flying to some place. No, she was just waiting that I come, and they would deliver me, throw me inside of the car with her. Once she would have me, that would be it. She just wanted to help me and handle me, and that was it. And then she took off, and I had no idea. And then voila, and then it was another location. And meanwhile, she would also keep me. Well, she wanted me to know basically how to get there. Okay, so the road took toward Greenville. You see Greenville, that's like a little north from Bolton, from Anderson basically. And it was past Greenville. And when I saw this road here, I immediately it's like she was taking like a side road. She wouldn't go like through this here. What is this here? 29 or whatever. This. Did you see here? Bob Jones University. She was going parallel to this road. And it was interesting when I saw this here, this intersection here. It was just boom, like this, you know. And I look this thing here, and I look at that. Yeah, this too was an intersection, but this was not really the one that she used. That was the mistake I have made right now. Here's another one. She was going parallel to that main road. Let's try this again. Let's go toward this. Green oil. No, for the girl, I'm gonna put it this way. For the girl, the only thing I can say is the problem with this young American people is that I feel that it's the biggest problem is they don't know where they come from. You know, I kind of feel that you guys are like I was under MK Ultra. I feel that like you guys have forgotten that your granddads, your forefathers have jumped off the boats in Normandy. That your granddads have actually fought the battle for Jews inside of the concentration camps for the Russians that were beaten up already. They were fighting their last, they gave me their last resistance at Moscow and so on. I think that you guys have forgotten where the hell you're coming from, and I think they're doing with you pretty much wherever the hell they want in the name of some kind of a civil rights that you gave them, that your forefathers have died for. And I don't like to be bossed around. I don't like to be played with like this. That's the stuff that angers me. So this here, no, this is this one here. Oh, let me try this one. Yeah, this pretty much this is already, this is the road. This one really, this is very familiar, which is basically the same like as the one. Okay, to make the story short, when it all started, the way it all started with this family here. Okay, so that's the way it goes. As you continue this, as you go, all this stuff. It finally threw me right here to this location here. It's called, I don't know, Silver Limb Lane, Taylors, South Carolina. You know, this place here is weird because, to me, it's weird because when it all started here, so this must have been, I don't even know, maybe 95 and 96 with her parents. It didn't start with her parents only. It didn't start definitely not with her. It started actually with a brother. She had older brother or even brothers, you know. And the way this stuff all started, these people were like the first in this subdivision here to have built their home here. You know, if I go out, I think we were right there in front of their home. There were very, very few homes here. What you see here, this is like a new subdivision, a new land. Let's just go like this. I'm gonna do this one here. And so this here, this was a grass, this was like a woody area, 95 and 96. So it goes something like this, you know. It's something like this, basically, from Bolton. Now you see what that is. It's quite a little ride. And so as you understand me now what I'm saying is she didn't go through that 29, but she would use this road parallel to that to get there. to get to home of her parents. That's a subdivision right there that you see. Let me see a little bit more. And I just got to make sure I'm not mistaken about this stuff here. Silver Taylor. Raid School Road. Yeah. I think I am mistaken. I would say that this is exactly what it is. Let me see that. Zip. Hold on. Yeah, this was a whole new subdivision here. This. Let me see that. So it all started with the brothers. She's got older brothers. This is a new subdivision here. This is what they started to build later on. All this here that you see, it all came later on. The parents moved here to this area here. I would estimate here it was just few houses. It was just few houses, and the houses, the way they started like here, this area here, and there some house. That's the way it was. You're talking about this housing that I'm talking about right now. It goes back to probably 1998, and this is it. This is when it all started here. You understand? And then I got shock of my life because the girl grew up. I didn't even take her seriously, this girl. This was invisible girl. It was invisible because, how can I say? This is a kid. I mean, you know what I mean? It was about the brothers. It was about father, mom. It made no fucking sense to me, this whole thing. And then all of a sudden, I understand that I created a lot of problems and this and that and blah blah blah. The girl grew up, eventually need to go to the school, and I have no idea what she went on to study this far. This is another mystery to me. I gotta find out. I gotta see the college. I gotta see the universities, colleges here in this place, in this Anderson. What is this? Why here? Why not elsewhere? There was something. That something is actually telling me even something that I shouldn't say anything. It was some kind of a specific thing that made her come here. I don't know why. What the hell made her come here? I do not understand, because they have some universities there and they have a Spartanburg there or something. There was something like there was no spot for her or something. I have no idea what it was. I gotta see it. I remember it was a first year that she attended like older university or something like this, and then it was something like this, and then went on. She got a 4-year degree, for one thing, I'm going to tell you. All right, so her brothers had me enough already, and the father had me enough too. But he figured out for his daughter how eventually she too will go to university and everything is going to be taken care of and this and that, and that was literally through this case. So this is how we had to Anderson Little did hell did I know what the hell went on. Her father was saying, I don't know what he was giving me, some kind of a moral lessons, whatever he was talking about. It was on one ear that went in and the other one went out straight. I had to listen all this la 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 la. I don't know what that it was about. I have no idea. The only thing I remember is it was a moral lessons and loud and this and that, la 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 la. Always, mom was already completely disillusioned with me or whatever, and it was like this: from here to this place here, Anderson, then. And this would repeat with his moral lessons, with brothers, all disillusions with me. Basically quite hectic stuff. The only thing that made sense to me was basically the girl was growing into more and more beautiful woman. That's all it was. And she was happy to see me. I don't know if I was a really right choice, but as long as she was happy, and I don't know, she was damn happy when she got her car. The right to drive, that was a big gig. That was in her second year of this university, and she was like completely, let me see her, she was like a totally, I would have never imagined, I would have never imagined this is like completely me thrown out of anything possible could imagine this story behind all this when I saw this video. This is not so freaking easy, folks, what I'm trying to tell you, to trace all these memories, yeah? I know imagined that this is what this is now. This is what it was. And so the only thing that I can tell you is that it was like a second year in her university, college, in this Anderson, that she got a right, maybe, no, I would say that she probably got a driving license before that, but I think it was the father that got her the car or something like this, gave her help, her assisted her with the car. Okay, so she became a lady boss, a little boss with this car. And she was like, no, the whole life is going to be different. That was a funny thing. That was fun, because I like fun things. And that was really funny to me that all of a sudden she was certain that with that car, that life is now completely different. I thought that the car, that whatever it was everything. I mean, to her, this was like a beginning of the new life. She was talking about something that is going to be all different, that the two of us are going to be driving, that this is now a completely new thing, it's a new life, and I don't know what. I didn't know how long this is going to hold on to MK Ultra, but I don't think she knew either about where this whole thing is going to take to. And so a lot of years passed by, and then it was this black guy. This guy really was a nice guy, this black guy. Fun guy, entertaining guy. Everybody liked him, actually. He got friends all over this Anderson in a fast restaurant, so I used that too. I appreciated good food. Didn't like the ladies teasing me or whatever. But I really didn't care, whatever. And he really was attentive enough to bring me back to this girl always. Which is kind of a really strange that he was teasing me, but he always would bring me. So these guys here that you see, they all kind of like this guy. At this company, they know him, they knew him. And I have no idea what he was doing, some kind of a protest, that he was something concerned about the nature. I don't know. I don't understand what he had to do with this. with some kind of environment issues or whatever. I think it was just finding the way, basically, for me to bring me to the picture with this girl. Okay, so this community here, Anderson got to know me. I didn't care about anything. I was not really, under MK Ultra, I was not really a happy camper, really. I already told you a little bit about how I felt about myself. I gained a lot of weight, and I didn't even feel like being next to her or anything like this. I felt like kind of strange that the girl like this would be interested in me. Alright, so there you have it. That's another police officer. I demonstrated you her home, pretty much. The street where she would go and entertain with the neighbors as much as possible. Is it? Okay, let me see that. This has got to be this thing here. This is on the street. How this subdivision came to life, this place here. Somebody who was involved in MK Ultra. Let's get out of here. Let's look at this thing from the above. Somebody who was involved in MK Ultra, and I don't even know if this is here. Is it? $300 Silver Lamp Lane, Taylor. When was this picture taken? That's a strange one. Raid School Road. That's a strange stuff. That's a really strange stuff. We are probably talking about sure, let me see that stuff a little bit more. Yeah, that's what was so strange about this stuff. I am correct. Yeah. It's just that Baptist Church. Let's see this thing here. Yeah. Yeah, this I do not understand why they're not demonstrating this on the Google Maps. This looks like a top secret location or something like that. That's strange, boy. That is strange. I don't get this. Maybe it's time to update, Mr. Google. I told you the history about this stuff. The guy who had purchased this, this whole subdivision was purchased. It was a good portion of it purchased by this developer, whatever. It happened in 97, in 98. And it started to develop the housing here. So that's what I think it is. What's the name of this here? Oak Branch Estates. It's called Oak Branch Estates. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to say to you like this. Let me see something else here. This is kind of strange because I don't understand how the hell this thing is not on the map. What the hell is this thing here? The forest and stuff like this. There ain't no forest for some time. I gave you the dates. I couldn't be more precise about this stuff here. Let me see this stuff here. This is, what is this thing here? This is this stuff here. Oh boy. Let's see this thing here. Taylor's Food Mart. And then you got that Dollar General and stuff like this. This goes, all this stuff that you see here, all this stuff here, I was all present when they were doing their work here. This here, this Dollar Mart, this was always here, this place. But the thing about this place is this was always very expensive. This was really not affordable place. All right, so sometimes I estimate probably I would go as far as, oh boy, you know what? I'll go all the way to 2003. Is this thing here that started to grow behind here, this. I was here when they opened all this stuff here, the development. What is this here? Dollar General. I was, yeah. Now let's see what else do they have here. I can just go like this when it comes to MK Ultra. I can. This is my style, basically. That's why this is so impossible to refute me. You know, because I can just go to random locations throughout the U.S. better than Google and do my stuff. That's what's actually so impossible to deny. No. This here, this place, this location here, the Taylor, the Food Mart and stuff like that, the asphalt that you see right there that they started to fix and all this and that. That's exactly what I told you. Let me see something else here. Oh, this road here. Let me see this road. The road. Oh yeah. The road that you see here was not in such a good shape, you know. Obviously, this is like newer housing that you see right there. Because when I came here, it was just this sad thing here, and it was this road, just like I told you. The thing is, I was not the only one who was here. Also was the Slovenian police and everything. The sad part about it is, wherever these people have gone, the only thing they were doing is destroying the picture. They were coming up with 1,000,001 wrong information about the whole thing. The only thing they were doing is they were deleting the stuff. The only thing they were doing is they were soliciting the local people to give me the wrong information. This is not an easy thing. MK Ultra. Do you even understand, folks, what MK Ultra is? This is not entertainment industry. I mean, and so this totally sucks. By the way, this go all the way to year 2002. When I think about that police and psychiatrists got a free tickets, free ride to America, literally to espionage against the country, which citizen I even became in 2000, it makes me, boy, try to establish yourself in a new country and being hijacked back. They have even gained sympathy, support with minorities that should firmly stood up against this stuff. In favor of freedoms they gained in the United States of America. And instead they were just building completely different world based on completely other principles that we see burn again in Ukraine today. It just makes me, it's just, I'm not surprised that that's the turn that how the things developed in the US for me. Not a good stuff to talk about. So this is basically something little about this thing here, about this place here. I am trying to make sure, I gotta make sure that I'm not gonna mistaken, that I don't make 2000 and this subdivision here, they started to build, and really at my surprise, they started to build here, this reddish ground like this. They started here in 2005, 2006, something like this. 2004, even in 2004 they started here. This thing here that you see, like 2004. I don't think you would want to remember torture under MK Ultra literally through the enemies from the country where you escaped, basically, not escaped, but left for no longer to see them ever again, having to do with them, in the country where you immigrated to. And this one was very, very distant from European continent, as you know. This story actually sucks. Sorry, but I couldn't give you a different description of this crime. This is the criminal that traveled for free around the world. This thing here, this. They imported the worst, basically. They imported the worst. They imported professional killers. They imported assassins, basically. The Serbian, the Grand Chetnik, the remnants of the Yugoslav regime, the killers, literally, from the psychiatric hospital. That's where they used to murder our people here in Slovenia. That's where our people in Slovenia, in Croatia, in Bosnia, in Macedonia, those from the psychiatric institution, they were running away from the forced joblessness abroad to other countries for work. And this is what your U.S. government imported. And this is through whom they found the sympathy in the United States of America. That's a fucked up story, excuse me, but I'm going to tell you the way it was. Mr. Obama, you're not happy to hear this stuff, but you are a big part of the problem. The problems you ruined my life, the problems that you created, it's actually unimaginable. It's impossible to describe. You couldn't do worse, but this. You couldn't do to somebody worse than this. So you can imagine. I'm not happy about it. And then you imported this here. Then you imported to the United States of America. Not only they tortured me inside of this house, not only their investigation department literally engaged in torture inside of this house. Hey boy, these people pointed gun barrels at me inside of this house whenever I was hijacked from the US under MK Ultra right here to Slovenia, before they eventually threw me inside a psychiatric hospital in 2012, 2013, based on lies, thesis of domestic violence and so on. Claims that I was the one who wanted to exterminate Slovenian nation along with the Roma and Jews. This is what they came up with, and that's basically after no less than 18 years of torture under MK Ultra procedure. That's what you imported to the US, so they would also give me the wrong instructions about the people who were involved in MK Ultra. So this is not your holiday, you understand? This case, this is not a celebration for you. I'm not a happy customer. I'm not a happy MK Ultra customer. I lost 28 years of life on this stuff. So all I want to say is, I want to say thanks to this girl, to her parents. I think she probably even has two brothers, I would say. You know, they were not happy with me, and she also was not very happy with me, because I started to develop ideas that were not in line with what American democracy, if you like, what American Constitution have in mind, and had completely differed from my real experience in the U.S. I started to literally see myself opposing this civil rights multiculturalism. I didn't see this anymore in line with laws, so let me just say, I started to see this in the same way as partisans have seen German troops throughout Europe, basically resistance, the World War II resistance. I started to see this, I started to reject this way of life in a big way, and no surprise. So that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, she works at a police station just like others, and of course it's part of the community, and that's the way it should be. This thing should never develop to this degree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in account the black guy who was my guide, and who respected me for my preferences in this case, because it's the kind of people I respect. I respect the people that give an individual, and really, really my case was so specific. My case was really, really not about white or black issue or Asian issue or whatever it is. I told you I've dated females, and from South America I was trying to marry, literally Chinese, and there was some sisters that were at least third, they were black, and so on and so forth, that I wanted, and so on. It was all kinds of stuff like this, and it was just whatever it was, whatever they have done, so the things never came through. Nobody had the right to go after me in such a brutal, criminal way, so it could profit, so they could earn money from within, and so on. So this black guy was a nice guy, whoever this black guy is. A friend of this guy's here. He was just a nice guy. They like him. He's known throughout the city. He's like a little mascot here. And that's a girl right there. And this guy here, this is that's something, I don't know. I gotta think over about that stuff. This is a business. There was some company here, I remember, but this is not the one. This is not this company. It was all kinds of BS that went on around here too. There was one company, actually, Biden told me, there was one company only that changed the ownership. But these people did connected themselves, this oil business, they did somehow something connected themselves. It was something with the British sometime in 2001, I think. But there was one company that was like local bakery or something they were doing or whatever. that went out of the business or whatever it is, and they purchased out this industrial park. I have to see. I gotta see this thing go through to get an idea about it. But this here that you see here, no, man. You know what the situation is with this thing here? This was here, but there is something else. I'm gonna resolve this issue immediately. I tell you what, let's do it. Let's do it immediately, this stuff here. Now I know. I was with Andrew. I was with the Britons here. And this is Belton. Yeah, this is Belton. Okay, so I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, I get it. What is this here? Odell Oil. Oh, we're gonna do it like this. Boom. I'm gonna zoom out like this. Yeah, they finally purchased their office here in Belton. And that's another story, you know? And that's like a local headquarters. You see this here, Belton. Yeah, you know, ding, ding, ding. So it must have been in Belton, right, that they purchased this office. Let's see this thing here. Or it was in some other location. Let me see that. Is this the one? Or let me see that. Yeah, the thing is that I gotta see something else. What was that from another company? Let me see that. Dow, Jason, MD. That's complicated. Odell Traders. No. Associates Corporation. Odell. No. That must have been then from another company. God knows which one. There was one company that wanted to purchase. This company here was here. This company here was here from forever, and I have to make it up this to you. Let me see this here. Okay, let's go. What I'm going to do is we're going to do it like this. Tuck. I'm going to see first this uncle here.
But you know all the people, that's fine. Okay. I'll be along the way somewhere. I'll be along the road.
Okay. Zip.
A whole lot of it. Say what? Oh, no. I didn't have any questions about it towards y'all.
Now, we're going to stop here, and I'll tell you what. Okay. Well, we're going to do it like this. And the guys you see right there on the left, this guy was here since from forever, but you just see the guy on the right side in the black shirt. This is the guy that's been here since from not so from forever. He started here in 2004. But the other guy that you see right there, that's a veteran. Okay, so the guy that you see right there, he was way leaner when he started here, and he started here a young man. He started here in 2004. So just remember, let me demonstrate to you something. Boom, we're going to do it like this. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to do it like this. This here, I'm just going to pull it like this. And I'm going to do here, I'm going to do this like this. this year, this is going to be a veteran. This year, this we're going to give you 2004. There were two guys that joined here. This is 2004. As I remember, when they took people inside, they would bring me over. They were helping me out big time. Let me see what else. Let me see who else is here. Okay, so I gotta see the guy that comes with a, what is this? That I don't even know.
Onto property, and as long as Mr. Deere remained on public.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know who this was. Whatever. I don't. Okay, so that's another one here. There you go. Oh, Mr. Suspicious. This guy here, the same thing on a picture for quite some time. This is also for quite some time, but I can't say that's a problem. Gotta figure out for him. Okay. There, 1, 3. This guy, may be just as long as the other guy is, that I indicated was there since from forever. This is very, very old-timer, this guy too. So these are all guys that, just like this veteran here, did you see right there? And a possibility has in it that this guy that is a veteran one time even left and then returned back. Even this I'm going to say, but I'm not so sure. I had an impression that he left for a little bit. And then you have this guy here that you see. This guy was here, I remember, this guy was here since from, I see this guy on a picture here since like 98, alright, so if I say 98, I'll give you 98. Okay. Her father, so from this girl for me to say, had like a blonde hair, you know, and mom was not so blonde, but her father had a blonde hair.
But you know,
From this police officer, from the girl that you see.
I'll take my picture also. That's totally fine. Now, whether or not you can get it, that's
Let me see what else is here. This dude here, this friend of mine, 98, 99 is when he joined. Let's go on.
But the camera's all over y'all facility. So how is my camera any different from your camera? I have no problem with that. I'd be more than glad to talk to him.
So they make this stuff like sound like really, really tense and so on, but these are really friendly people. They're not really. It sounds like. And her father, it was blonde father, and mom is not blonde. Mom is like, I don't know, brown-haired, blue eyes, something like that, too. And they are strongly of Irish descent. I know that thanks to Joe Biden. And I remember also the room. Her room is of a size just about like my room. Yes, but probably also some, I don't know. In the house of her parents, I think. That's what I'm trying to say. Or maybe not exactly, I don't know. Yeah, but maybe I don't know. I don't know, I remember the table. Yeah, that's actually questionable. That I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say that.
Parker, can you please just...
Okay, so...
someone else, and I'm completely allowed to do what I'm doing.
So that's that. So you got the guy here that joined in 2004. Let's see what else here. Is there anybody else here that I can... this I don't know. Let me see what else. Let's see what else. What is this? Okay, let's see this dude here.
Citizens about it. Mr. Gear gets an A.
Aha, okay. So this is the guy or what?
Because although he expressed a...
Okay. Okay, so a friend of mine gained some weight, alright? He did gain some weight. I'll tell you that. Obviously he did.
Partially incorrect argument about the utility poles. He remained controlled and respectful throughout the encounter, did not attempt to escalate the situation or provoke anyone.
So he got A. Yeah, he's a nice guy. And so, I don't know what else to tell you. So you got a few people I have identified, even with the people I told you about the girl. My bet is that she's got two brothers. One definitely is older. Her brother has got a university degree. The older one married. What else? He got his university degree. The brother from the girl that you see here. That was a happy day. He's got his university degree sometimes, and oh boy, that goes far back in time. That goes to that goes all the way to like 2004, I think. Something like this. Okay. I would go to 2004, something like this. Was a lean, also blonde guy. I think she's got another brother that's younger. I'm not saying that he's younger than she is. Her older brother no longer is at home, I think. That's his own boss now. He's got his own life. He had a woman back then. Wife, got nicely beautiful wife, got married. He got his degree probably done sometimes in, just as I stated, sometimes in probably 2004. Very successful, I think, too. So that's all there is for this video, and I'm going to give you date and time. So you got a whole bunch of people here. I have identified you, including her, what I think is her location. But I'm pretty damn sure. The thing is that I was on so many locations around that a lot of locations all over the place. This guys here, that's another story I'm not going to get into. So that's all for this video. In Anderson, there are actually these fast food restaurants where this black guy also had me. He had a friend. Drove me completely to the other side of the city of Anderson from Bolton, if you go. Let me see this. Bolton. He drove to the other side of the city. And that's again another story. What was it? It was not McDonald's. It was something. It was some good restaurant. I don't know. KFC? No, I'm not sure. Something like that. Oh, there's too many restaurants in the US, fast food restaurants. So that's all I'm gonna say for this video. We're gonna take a date and time. Which I have coordinated with a time.com, and you can see one right here.